Aquarius, listen closely, for you have stepped to a threshold where there is no turning back. A lightning bolt of truth has just torn across the silent sky, and the world around you is forced to reveal what it has long tried to hide. What once locked the doors in front of you is now opening on its own. Faces that were covered with coats of false paint now fall away without you having to lift a hand. Prepare yourself, for what you are about to know will not only change the game, but return to you the spiritual power that others have long tried to strip away. To seize that power, declare loudly and clearly, I, Aquarius, will release the truth and reclaim what belongs to me. When you write these words, your chest expands, your breath becomes whole, and your soul confirms its own freedom. This decree is like an invisible seal, opening the way and shielding you in this very moment. Hold on to that faith, because the final stretch of your journey will no longer be an ordinary trial, but the place where an entirely new destiny is shaped. You did not come here by accident. You came because your soul longs for truth, and perhaps a higher power has chosen this very moment to call you by your name. Are you ready to face what others have tried to avoid? A connection that seemed extinguished still beats quietly in the field of energy around you. Distance is only a stage. Silence is only a temporary curtain. Behind that curtain is a call, as if an unseen hand is reminding you something has not yet been closed. I see heavy energies arranged to slow your steps. I see the shadows of jealousy and manipulation. But remember, Aquarius, you are not alone. Your system of protection, your bloodline, ancestral memory, and innate clarity always stands beside you. No one can steal what has always been destined for you. Those who have sown injustice are destroying themselves in silence. The one who spoke your name in dark rituals now trembles before their own collapse. The one who twisted the truth is now abandoned in the very web they spun. The one who wore the mask of an ally now exposes their reality before all. As they sink, you rise, calm and clear. What was once blocked has not been lost. It is being returned to you in a purer form. The first gift, peace, what once seemed distant now becomes your foundation. Sleep deepens, breath flows freely. The second gift, abundance, not only material, but the current of opportunity finding its way to you. You no longer chase, instead it comes as destiny. The third gift, love, not the kind that makes you smaller, but the love that lifts you higher, that sees you and honors your true essence. The lesson for you now is conscious release. Not a farewell born of pride, but a closure carried by gratitude and dignity. You no longer hold on out of habit. You choose yourself as the eternal home. Let sensitivity, your most precise compass, lead the way. There is a radiant feminine presence always near, perhaps a mother, a grandmother, or a spirit of your lineage. She whispers, do not dim your light just to hold on to what does not nourish you. This is the message of spiritual education. Kindness never means accepting injustice. Your body shifts because your energy shifts. Sleep finds its rhythm. Your senses grow sharp. You begin to turn away from the environments that once felt familiar, simply because the time has come to move on. When the old door closes, a row of new signposts begins to glow ahead of you. Listen to the call of your vocation, the call of truth, and make a vow to yourself. I will never shrink to cling to fragments. I live wholly as myself today. Aquarius, honor your truth. Cut the invisible cords that once bound you and open the horizons of light. Repeat this to yourself whenever a part of you longs to return out of habit, not destiny. Someone from the past may sense your change like a new wind brushing across them. They may come back claiming they understand, offering the promise of another version. It may be true, it may not. But this time, your choice must rise from conscience, not from the thirst of lack. What sacred conditions does your heart require in order to open the door without betraying itself? Prepare for clear signs, repeating numbers, encounters that feel arranged, dreams filled with corridors of light. The universe does not need to shout, it only whispers when your mind grows still. Every small synchronicity is an affirmation, not a coincidence. Treat them as starlight seeds guiding you home. Aquarius, do not mistake emotion for destiny or nostalgia for truth. Fear, when standing before the new, is not an enemy. It is the proof that you are growing. Take your own hand and walk. Do not let fear hold the wheel. Courage is not born when fear vanishes. It is born when you step forward, trembling yet unshaken in resolve. Your purpose ignites when you break the family patterns that repeated for generations. You are clearing the old roads with your living choices. No one else may be applauding, but the universe records it. You feel it in your body, deeper breath, steadier heartbeat, a peace that is not borrowed. In love, your new standard draws connections that endure without the need for drama. The games, the false tensions, they have expired. Now you root yourself in presence, a clear gaze, a truth that does not compromise. If time is needed, it is not absence, but a sacred choice to guard peace. Before we close this part, let us recall what your courage has already opened. Breathe deeply and decide as if someone were signing the contract of your destiny. I, Aquarius, choose peace, truth, and love as the path of my growth. May this sentence be the master key when the old version knocks with familiar promises. And now, Aquarius, picture the mask falling away as you lift your head high. You hear the stillness after noise, the certainty after doubt. This is the moment when life itself speaks to you directly. Do you wish to keep unfolding the layers of meaning that await in your journey? The air vibrates where old shells lie abandoned. Your eyes no longer tremble. Steadiness flows through you, the key that opens doors without turning the lock. You feel the blood surge like a drum announcing what cannot be delayed. Can you hold that rhythm, not bowing when truth strikes again? Breathe with me and anchor this power in your chest. This is not symbolic. This is the key that shifts, sealing shut the roots of old habits. I, Aquarius, reclaim my power, end all toxic covenants, and dedicate my path to light. Speak this with faith and watch doubt dissolve. Energy arranges itself around you like the last pieces falling into place. Where once was noise, a fertile silence begins to grow. Synchronicities sharpen, strengthen, and belong to you. You see a name appear at the right moment. A melody rises when you need it most. A shadow tries to slip through the crack of old habits, but your awakened presence dissolves it. You no longer chase echoes. You listen to the primal bell. Each conscious step breaks a chain only you could see from within. Today, what habit are you ready to leave behind so it no longer feeds on you? The body moves ahead of the mind, sending messages in clear signals. Your spiritual sense sharpens. You turn away from places that drain your energy. You choose peace as sacred ground, not as a temporary prize. Peace becomes both your boundary and your passport. Behind you, curious movements watch your next step. But your soul does not need to explain the new language. Truth does not need to shout. It exists. You would waste your breath trying to persuade those who have chosen not to understand. I see a conversation waiting, born from the power of a door finally opening. This message does not come to wound you. It comes to release you from long confusion. When truth arrives, let it pass through. Do not question it. If something collapses, it is because it never had a foundation. In love, your standards are now untouchable. Your heart no longer signs contracts with anxiety or emptiness. What does not honor you will fall on its own without noise. You now discern the difference between being chosen out of need and being chosen out of truth. A new presence will appear along the edge of your journey, bringing peace, not dizziness, eyes of companionship, not possession, coming to walk beside you, not to fill you. You will know it when your breath grows deeper, when your voice rings more true. If a shadow from the past knocks, you will decide from the height of new awareness. You give thanks for the lesson, but you do not mortgage your peace. Forgiveness does not bind you to the place that once made you small. What price are you unwilling to pay, no matter how sweet the promise? Your hands release the heavy iron, and instead grasp the resonance like a bell ringing. The present grows wider because you no longer carry stones in your bag. You understand that abundance is rhythm, not punishment. That rhythm is now set by your heart. Your ancestors silently cheer whenever you choose life over repetition. There are faces of old smiling through the simple gestures you tend to today. Eating better, sleeping sounder, speaking more gently with yourself, this too is a miracle. Everyday life becomes a ritual. The mind may want to return to the old map, but intuition has rewritten the territory. You find yourself saying no, gently yet firmly. What once drained you has no place anymore. Self-love has become your new operating system. Your projects are waking from their long sleep, demanding clear action. This is not the time for grand promises, but for concrete steps. 3 well-completed tasks are worth more than 1,000 intentions. So what small but decisive action will you take today? A special layer of protection surrounds your words. What you decide in truth will find its own path and its allies. You will stop over-reasoning and begin to live true to your vision. Steadfastness will be your strongest card in every trial. The temptation to rescue what does not belong to you may return, but your boundaries are now unshakable. You define your rhythm, your space, and your priorities without guilt, and you will discover that saying no is also an act of love. How much of your life have you spent trying to please others? In the mirror, you now see a different version of yourself, wiser, lighter, with a voice that carries farther. Your eyes shine like a lighthouse, signaling that you have chosen your place within the current of humanity. Your voice no longer trembles when declaring destiny. And that Aquarius is how you begin to build new realities, even before they appear. A dream will show you a silver door and behind it a wide horizon. Do not force it open too quickly. Walk with respect and wait for the signal. Permission comes when your mind touches stillness. Stillness is not neglect. It is power being directed. Before moving forward, let us strengthen your path with another vow. I invite you to whisper it, yet let its echo carry like thunder through the sky. I, Aquarius, open my path in peace, protect my energy, and welcome what belongs to me with justice and wisdom. May these words become a transparent yet unbreakable shield around every step I take. And now walk with me, for the light you kindle will lead you deeper, to where the missing piece of the cosmos waits for you to set it in place. Revelation will come when you see with wisdom, not with wounds. What you are about to understand is not collapse, but the command of your soul. Do you wish us to go deeper into the truth that is ready to be born before your very eyes? Aquarius, the stillness after your affirmation is not empty. It is fertile ground, full of signs. A great current of energy is moving through the unseen, and you feel it echo inside you. It is not illusion. It is confirmation that what was hidden is about to be revealed. Are you ready to hear raw truth, even if it shakes what you once believed? The confrontation you began does not only strip individuals bare, it exposes the deeper machinery of the system itself. These forces think they can manipulate your destiny from the shadows. But every move against you only activates the protection of the spirits beside you, and divine justice is being carried out. Aquarius, nothing that truly belongs to you can ever be lost, even if someone tries to erase it. The figure who once bound you with trickery now feels that very rope tightening around their own neck. Sleepless nights, broken scenery, and growing unrest weigh upon them. What you once endured is returning upon them, multiplied. For that is the law of cause and effect. You have noticed lately that the burdens no longer press on your shoulders. The second figure, the silent manipulator, is losing their foothold. Loneliness surrounds them, for no one can wear a mask heavier than their own soul forever. The bonds born of envy without your energy wither away. Aquarius, when you withdraw, they extinguish, for it was your light that once fed them. And the third figure, the one who pretended to be your companion, only to laugh when you stumbled, now has no shelter left. Time has exposed them before all, and the masks shatter like mud dissolving in rain. You need not condemn anyone. Truth will reveal itself in its own time. Real strength is in standing still, watching what was hidden come to light without your hand needing to strike. And this time you do not return as before. You return wiser. Panic has been left behind. Now you act with the wisdom of the soul. You no longer chase resonance, for what is true always finds its way back. Your soul breathes cleanly, and that breath itself is the greatest victory. The first fruit of this rebirth is peace. You sleep deeper. Your heart no longer bears the weight of others. Everyday life becomes lighter because your field of energy is no longer a battlefield. Do you remember the last time you truly felt peace within your chest? That feeling returns now, and this time it will remain. The second fruit is abundance flowing without supplication. I do not speak only of finances, but of opportunities, relationships, and journeys opening before you. What was once closed has now become a visible door. Aquarius, what will you do when what you once longed for arrives so gently? The third sweet fruit is true love, a love that does not ask you to sacrifice freedom for acceptance. Not the kind of love disguised as bondage, but the union of two souls walking side by side. It may come from a past that has been purified or from a new connection filled with wisdom. You will know it because it does not silence your voice, it amplifies it. But before receiving, your soul demands a profound closure, not born of pride but of gratitude and honor. It is release without resentment toward what no longer echoes within you. Aquarius, what cord are you still holding out of habit, though your soul has long called for an ending? This awakening is not by chance. It is sheltered by a sacred feminine presence, perhaps a mother, a grandmother, or an ancestor who has quietly walked beside you. They were there in the nights when you thought yourself alone, wrapping you though you did not know. And now they whisper, do not dim your light any longer, only out of fear of losing what never nourished you. Your nobility was once mistaken for weakness. That ends today, for your standards have changed, and no one can surpass them. Your sensitivity is no longer a burden, but your most precise compass. Are you ready to lead your life with the sensitivity that so few can understand? Your body already shows the transformation: sleep altered, appetite shifting, a growing aversion to places that do not fit your energy. Do not dismiss it. Your biology follows the rhythm of your spirit. Every physical change is proof that you are choosing life over depletion. The universe has opened doors never before present before your eyes. They await your decisive step. No need for haste, no need for force. Only speak when it is truth. Aquarius, can you feel opportunity circling you like gentle stars? Take this decree and seal your power in this pivotal hour. Speak clearly as one who signs fate with light. I, Aquarius, release what has held me back, an open path so my soul may breathe freely. Keep this near your heart, for it is the key for the days ahead. Someone from the past will feel this change like a lightning strike. They may find their way back, but you are no longer where they once left you. Now your choice does not arise from nostalgia, but from dignity. What will you choose? Rewrite an old script or begin a new story? Signs multiply, numbers repeat, dreams carry symbols. The universe wants you to know you are never alone. Your guides still speak to you in the smallest details to support you on this unique path. And Aquarius, remember, you do not write this story for yourself alone, but for the generations that follow. Each choice today does more than change your life, it reweaves the fabric of humanity. I open my eyes because the language of synchronicity grows louder. Aquarius, what seemed like delay was preparation. Your journey may be slower, but truth is never rushed. Now you are ready. What comes is rooted, not illusion. What you have begged for many times is arriving in its true form. Fear of change may appear as a final resistance, but fear is not failure, it is expansion. Cross it as one crosses a river, knowing the far shore has waited long for you. Courage blossoms within you now, and it is the seed of true purpose. Purpose that is not merely personal, but communal. What you heal in yourself severs the old chains that bound your lineage. You are opening doors others cannot. Do you want me to show you how that mission rises and lifts you to the summit? Aquarius, the pressure you feel now is not threat but a gateway. You sense the air thicken as if the universe holds you at the threshold. What once hid in shadow has nowhere left to hide. Your skin knows that the greatest wonder has not yet arrived. The echo of vows once made still drums in your chest like a war beat. It is the rhythm that wakes memory and activates latent forces. The energies that once sought to bind you now hold no dominion. What moves you today is sacred justice, writing immortal lines about you in the ledger of destiny. Every tear you shed has been gathered into seeds of rebirth. Nothing is lost. All has been transmuted into the power that propels you forward. What seemed ruin now becomes foundation. Aquarius, you realize, pain is the secret language of strength. 3 forces that opposed you must now pay their due, not by your vengeance, but by the law of balance that governs humanity. When you rise, an entire energetic web is rebalanced. The one who exploited your name in hidden schemes now sinks into anxiety. The manipulator in the dark finds themselves isolated. The pretended ally has been revealed in the light. When they fall, you stand, not in revenge, but in clarity. Your ascent cannot be denied, for it springs from a liberated soul. You walk wearing an invisible armor. The air around you shifts, your voice carries weight, and your gaze radiates certainty. Each sentence you speak opens a road and closes a cycle. Who can oppose a person who no longer needs permission? Love does not arrive in a burst, it takes root quietly. You will recognize it because it makes no demands and claims no ownership. Its presence is a home, not a cage. Aquarius, are you ready for a love that will not wound you because you have learned to choose for yourself? Your lineage cheers each time you courageously say no to what you once accepted in silence. There are souls applauding from afar, witnessing every decision you make. They have waited generations for this moment when you break the old chains. What you heal in your life liberates your ancestors as well. Your sensitivity is now a compass. You no longer endure out of fear, you choose expansion over contraction. This clarity does not come from books but from a soul that has walked through fire. Prosperity begins to show itself through concrete action. The right people will appear, opportunities will open. What once seemed impossible now blooms like a night flower. Aquarius, you learn to receive instead of fighting for everything. Your guides still remind you, do not turn back, even if the past wears a new face. If someone returns, look at their intent, not their words. Nostalgia may be sweet, but your intuition never lies. The conflicts you ignite are necessary to reveal this truth. You are no longer the person who started the battle. Today you understand that each wound was a lesson. Two paths lie ahead, one leads to comfortable stagnation, the other to vast freedom. Which will you choose? The fear in your chest is not the enemy but the compass pointing toward transformation. Each tremor is a crack opening into new space. Aquarius, can you accept that fear instead of fleeing it? Your body is the altar of this process, do not ignore it. Changes in sleep, breath, and energy are all messages. An old lover may return with words that once swayed you, but this time your soul listens calmly and discerns truth from manipulation. You no longer drown in sweet promises. You choose with maturity and dignity. The universe asks you for one final pledge. Speak it as command. I, Aquarius, release the past, honor myself, and bravely receive the future. This vow opens the door to a new summit. Aquarius, your transformation can no longer be stopped. The next step is to consecrate all you have lived through. You stand on the brink of a great destiny, ready to leap. The fire you carry is not destructive, it is purifying. The climax of your story has arrived, together with a truth only you hold. You are ready to witness your destiny unfold. The burdens you have borne for years fall away like an old coat. Pain is no longer a shackle but wisdom. Each silence you swallowed becomes an honest word. Each tear becomes a seed of strength. Your ancestors whisper thanks. They could not free themselves, but you have. By doing so, you heal not only yourself but a generation. 3 figures who opposed you now suffer the consequences. The first is consumed by its own poison. The second drowns in solitude. The third is revealed in the light. No one can touch you now. Love moves toward you not to imprison but to liberate. Aquarius, will you welcome a companion for the future, a soul that honors freedom and creates with you? This is no longer love that diminishes you, it expands the vision of both. Your sensitivity is the perfect compass. It points to what nourishes you and what exhausts you. That compass no longer errs, for it has been calibrated by your awakened soul. It is your greatest treasure. Prosperity flows without pursuit. You trust that truth will find you without the chase. A clarifying dream will visit in the days ahead. You will see wind and water entwined, signaling the union of old and new. That dream confirms you have reached a summit. When you wake, you will know that nothing will be the same. This is not merely a personal story, it is a communal mission. You are opening the way for those who come next. Every decision you make echoes through the universe. Do not underestimate that impact. Engrave the final decree. I, Aquarius, am reborn in my truth. I accept my destiny and live without fear. I walk not only for myself, but to open the path for those who follow. May this vow become your armor and your banner. Your body confirms the ending, deeper sleep, renewed energy, luminous clarity. The universe has spoken. Your spirit has been sanctified. The road now opens wide. No one can stop you. The love you deserve has arrived, chosen by your heart this time, not out of lack, but from fullness. It is not a prison, it is a mirror. Aquarius, the universe's signs are multiplying. Numbers, faces, unexpected phrases. There are no random coincidences, only confirmations. Receive them with gratitude. This is not an ending, but a consecration. You are seed, wind, and reborn light. Your journey has only just begun, and every word you speak now paves the way for evolution. Live your truth steadfastly and never surrender, for life has chosen to open the road for you, and only you can walk it.